Hello, everyone. Welcome to Creativity. This is Jennifer. I am an independent Stampin' Up demonstrator coming to you live from Lexington, South Carolina, out of my studio. Hello, 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 everyone. Welcome. I'm going to give everybody just a moment to jump on as I get everything set up. And, pardon my mess here. Went to the mountains today as a surprise trip. So, I am kind of in and out here. Hello, welcome. Thank you for joining. If you are here, if you would make a comment and let me know where you're coming from, I would love to know where you are watching from as I get set up on my Facebook group here so I can see comments once I flip the camera down. So if you would put down where you're coming from, I would love to see where everyone joins me and watches me from. I do appreciate everybody for watching and making comments. It helps my business grow, and I do appreciate that. So, welcome everyone. This is going to be our Christmas series number 5. I am so excited about this class tonight because I have been waiting for this class to be able to do this one because it did go, the designer series paper that goes with this suite went unavailable, and it is back in inventory, so now I can do the class with you tonight. Remember, this is a free with a purchase class. Hello, Candy. How are you? Remember, this is a free with purchase class. So the way this works is you place a minimum of a $45 order before shipping and tax and before any discounts go on to the order. And I will send you the projects that we're doing tonight. We're making 4 projects, and they will all come to you for free when you place your order with me. You have between now and Friday night to place your orders, and then I will prep everything and send it out toward the end of next week. So this is our series number 5 class. So if you, like I said, if you would like to purchase this, then you can get the projects for free by placing an order with me for the minimum order of $45, and then I will send you these projects for free. Hold on, my granddaughter has been messing with my icon thing to hold my phone up, so give me 1 second. I am excited to be here. I hope everyone has had a great Sunday. I had a good Sunday. As I posted earlier, I had a surprise trip today to go to the mountains, and we had just a lot of fun today doing that. We did not have my son. He was out of town and got back tonight, so I was glad I got to see him tonight as well. All right, I think I've got my camera stand ready now. I don't know why this child has to mess with this, but all right, so it looks like, I hope I'm not froze. It looks like I am hoping. Okay, there we go. All right, let me cut my volume out because I don't want to hear myself talk. And we're going to turn the camera over. Real quick, I have in-person card class tomorrow. I have a couple of seats still available. If anyone would like to come, please RSVP in this video by in the morning so I can make sure I have kits for you. But it is my monthly in-person card class. Also, we have the Creativity Club going on. You have until the 15th to sign up for that. And we will be using the Gingerbread Man bundle for that. And it's going to be a lot of fun. I'm going to do some sneak peeks this week of the projects so you can see those. And then we have our craft along going on. And we are using the bundle All More Than Autumn bundle for that. So if you would like to participate in any of those classes, registration has been open and emailed out to everyone. So if you have not gotten any information and not on my email list, join my email list so you don't miss out, because that is how I send all my information out for classes. But for the for the craft along, there is a event tab in the Facebook. If you'll just go to the top of my page, click on events, you will be able to get the registration for that. Also, I have my kit class coming up, which is a lot of fun. And this month we are doing it on a Friday night. So grab a girlfriend and come join and let's do some crafting. Kit nights are wonderful. If you have never participated, I encourage you to do it at least one time, because all the work is done for you. You just come and have a wonderful time and sip on your favorite beverage and then make cards or projects, whatever it is that you purchase. There is a link in the event tab for that event as well. All right. I think that's it. Let's dive into turning our camera around and getting set up for our crafting time. All right. So, last thing I wanted to share with you. As you know, I have teamed up with 2 other demonstrators to do a advent calendar event for the month of December. So every day in December, we're doing a countdown for the Advent night events. And I wanted to share with you, it is not Christmas related projects. Okay? So I am not going to show you the projects because it is a surprise, but I will share. This here is the bundle, and this is a new online exclusive bundle that was just released, but this is the bundle that I will be presenting my projects with, and here are the stamps that go with it. All right, and then it also has dies that go with it. Let's see if I got the dies over here. Yes, right here. All right, these are the dies that go with it. This is what I will be using for my advent calendar projects. I am doing 4 projects, and the other 2 demonstrators will be doing 4 themselves as well. So you will have a total of 12 projects, and we will be doing videos starting December the 2nd. But these are the dies that go with the stamp set. And the cool thing about this is you are going to get these cute little bags, and on the inside of the bags, they're going to be numbered. And I just got the bags in, and because we went to the mountains, I didn't get to do the project the way I wanted to share it with you. But you're going to get these bags, and they're going to have a number right here. And each day, you're going to open that envelope that's going to have that number in it. So you will get these little bags, but I thought these little bags were so stinking cute. So you will get 1 bag per day, and they will have projects in them to make. And again, we are not using any Christmas things for it, okay? Because that Christmas will be too late by then. So we're doing all new things, but you're going to get this cute little bag, and it's going to have the number of the day on it right in here. All right, so if you're interested in that, there is registration available in that as well. It has been emailed out, but that is the Advent calendar, and I have teamed up with 2 other demonstrators. So we are really, really, really excited about doing this, as this is our first time doing it. So it's going to be a lot of fun. All right. I think I'm ready to get started with our projects tonight. The main suite, or the main bundle that we are using, is the traditional labels and the traditional dies. Now, I have used both of these in prior, but it's the paper that I have not been able to use, and I am excited about doing this class with you. This is Christmas series number 5. All right, so here is our designer series paper. This paper is called, it is called Traditions of Christmas 12 by 12 designer series paper. All right, and I'm going to show you the front and the back. So this one here is one side. All right, and then you turn it over and you've got the red polka dots on the back side. All right, then you have this side, and I fussy cutted something, so sorry about that, but you can still get the idea of the designer paper. Now on the back side of this, you've got the stripes. And then you have this piece here. And then for the back side, you have the blue. It is the Secret Sea color here. And then on this one, you have your poinsettias here in the red. And it's got the pink in it, which is bubble bath in there. And then on the back side of it, you have your plaid. So this is really, really beautiful paper. And this is the paper that we will be using tonight. And I am featuring it. Like I said, I have been waiting forever for this class to come available, or the paper to come available, so I can do the class. Because it left inventory really quickly, and it's just coming back in. So this is the spread. I just wanted to share it with you. This is called the Traditions of Christmas 12 by 12 Designer Series Specialty Paper. And then I've only got one of these, and then the back side was the polka dot. All right, so let's share the projects now, so you can see exactly what we are working with. Again, the main bundle that we will be using is the traditional labels stamp bundle here. Now, whenever you place your order, if you want your cards to look exactly like mine, you will need to purchase the stamp set. I cannot do any stamping for you. I will do all the die cuts, all the paper cut, and I will do all of the embossing, but I cannot do any stamping. So if you are interested in having your projects look identical to this, you will need to purchase the traditional label bundle, because it is against Stampin' Up policy that we send stamped images. But I will do all the pre-cutting for you. All right? So let's dive right on in. I'm going to move this over. Now, on top of this, the other things that I will be using is the stylish shape dies. And you've seen me use these numerous times. And then we will be using the texture note dies as well. Let me fix this. It fell off. All right. Hold on. Come on. All right. So I will also be using these dies. These are the textured note dies that I will be using as well. But again, I will do all these die cuts. You will not have to worry about that. All right, and then the embossing folder that I am using is the Holly Jolly embossing folder. I am using the Peace on Earth stamp set tonight, and I will be using the sentiment that says Peace on Earth. But if you have any stamp set that says Peace on Earth, then you don't necessarily have to purchase this one to go with the cards, because all you need is just that one stamp out of here. All right, so let's dive in and get started with our projects. I am excited to do this. Like I said, I have been waiting weeks and weeks and weeks and weeks. The other thing real quick that I want to share with you that I am using is I will be using the real red ribbon that comes with this suite. Also, I am using the Early Espresso and Old Olive linen thread, but I'm using the Old Olive. And then, let's see, what else am I using? I will be using a 1.5 inch punch, and the ink colors is Real Red and Secret Sea. These will be the two ink colors that we are using tonight. Then I am using, these are called Tradition Sparkle Sequins. And if you don't have these, I say put them on your list because they are gorgeous. Just absolutely gorgeous. Okay. However, and I do apologize for this because I try to do everything when it's in inventory, but these are not in inventory currently. They will be back in inventory on November the 24th. So these will be back November 24th, but you can keep them on your radar. The other thing I wanted to do is I will be using the metallic texture rub-on. Oh my gosh, guys. You remember, I'm going to explain it to you the way it was explained to me, because I don't know how long you've been crafting, but I've been crafting for about 19 years with scrapbooking and making cards. So about 19 years worth. And we used to have these things called rub-ons. And they would be just like this. And then you would have to take the ice cream popsicle stick. And you used to rub and rub and rub and rub and rub, right? So this is how this was described to me when I first learned how to use the Stampin' Up version. So we rub with our popsicle stick like no mama tomorrow, okay? However, and then you would lift the corner up and it would never stick. So you would rub again, and it still wouldn't stick. So you kept rubbing it until you finally got it to stick. Well, Stampin' Up has come out with rub-ons. These are called the metallic texture rub-ons, and they stick. So when you peel this off and you put it down, it is going to stick. These things are fabulous, okay? So we're going to be using these tonight as well in our projects. So that is all the supplies that I'm going to be using tonight. So let me share the cards with you now that we're going to be making. Here is card 1. Here is card 2. Here is card 3. Okay. And then here is card 4. Now, the cool thing with card 4, and this is great for this time of year, is you open this up and it is a gift card holder. So that is a great card to be making this time of year. But these are the 4 projects that we will be doing tonight. All right, so let's get started with our projects. I hope you enjoy these as much as I do, because I just love our projects. All right, so let's get started with, we're going to do this one first. All right, so what I've got here is, let me get all the little pieces out here. So we have our Real Red cardstock. This is cut at 4 1/4 by 8 1/2, scored at 5 1/2. Okay. And then we have a piece of designer series paper. And this is cut at 2 3/4 by 5 1/4. We have a piece of basic white that is cut at 2 3/4 by 5 1/4. We have a strip of the designer series paper. This is cut at 1 inch by 5 1/4. All right. And then I went ahead and pre-cut our label out of the dies, oh shucks, what's it called? The traditional label dies. And for that one, I used this one here. So I used those dies to cut that out with. All right, so let's get started. Now, the one thing that we need to do with this card is we got to fold it in half at our fold. So we're going to crease this down and make it all pretty. Then we have got to take our trimmer, paper trimmer, and we need to cut the top piece of our card for 1 1/4. So we need to make a slit in it, and we're going to line this up to 1 1/4. Now you don't want to go past your score mark, so you have to be careful when you go to cut this. So let's see. I'm going to keep playing with it until I get it to the fold. All right, I think that's good. So let's take it now and lift it up. Yep, perfect. All right, so let me put this out of the way. All right. Now, we are ready to start assembling our card. Let me get my Stampin' Seal here. We are going to put the adhesive on this piece of the card so it sticks to the card base, because we don't want this flap to be opened. So we're going to make sure we put our adhesive all the way down on it. And then this is going to go just like this. All right. And then you're only going to have that first piece right there that's going to open. Then we're going to take our little 1 inch strip of designer series paper, and we're going to put the adhesive on the back side of it. And then that is going to go right onto the front of the sleeve that we glued down. Okay. And then we're going to take our piece of basic white and do the same thing. We're going to put our adhesive on the back. And then this is going to go straight inside of our card. So there is the front of our card. Hello, Karen. Thank you for joining us. All right. So that is the inside of the card. Now we're done with that. What we want to do, I don't know why that's not staying. Okay, now we're going to take our designer series paper that we've pre-cut and put the adhesive on the back side of it, and then that is going to go straight down onto the card base. All right, so this is going to go straight down on here. Perfect. Now we're going to get our secret C and our stamp set, because now it is time to do our stamping. And for this one, I am using the Peace on Earth stamp set, and I'm using Peace on Earth stamp. All right, so we're going to take this out, and we're going to put that straight onto there. And I need to get my block. So we're going to stamp that. We're going to tap it into our secret C. And then this is going to go straight in the center of our label. Press down, lift up, and that gives you that perfect image stamp. And then I am going to take my chamois and get it stamped cleaned off. If you don't know what a chamois is, it's a piece of foam that all you do is wet it with water, and then it cleans your stamps. And you don't have to have any solutions, no kind of sprays, any of that kind of thing. If you are new at our product, you can use baby wipes. However, you need to make sure they are alcohol-free, because if you don't use the ones that are alcohol-free, you can mess up your stamps. So I do encourage, if you're going to do that, to make sure they are alcohol-free. All right, so now we're going to take our dimensionals, and you're only going to want to put dimensionals on half of the label, because if you put it on the whole thing, then your card is not going to open up. And that will not be good. So we're going to do it on half of the card, and we're going to kind of put it straight on like that. And then this one is the one that we are going to use the Old Olive linen thread. And all we're going to do is unravel a little bit. And then we're going to snip this off. Okay. And then we are going to take our backs off. Get my pick tool, because I love doing this with a pick tool. So much easier. And then with our linen thread, all we're going to do is kind of make a circle. Hopefully make a circle. Okay. And then I just kind of want to take this and hook it with the dimensionals. And I want to lift this one up just a little bit and kind of put it toward the back if I can. There we go. All right, and then we're going to put that down onto our card just like that. All right, and then we're going to take our sequins and our pick tool, and we're going to take our gold, and we're going to do one of the big ones. and stick it right down there. We're going to do one of our medium size, and we're going to stick it straight onto the label. And then we're going to do one of the small ones, and we're going to stick it on the top of the label. So there is card number 1. All right, let me put these in here so we can keep our desk clean, so we can see what we're doing. All right, so there is card number 1, and you open it up, and then you can write your message. All right, so that's card number 1. So next is, and I'm saying 1, 2, 3. There's no right or wrong. I mean, I don't have them in order. Now, whenever you order and you get them, they will be in order on the PDF, so you can follow along with the instructions. Because also you get written instructions when you get my free with purchase classes. All right, so here is card number 2. And we have 2 strips of the designer series paper. These strips are 4 1/8 by 3/4. Then your designer series paper, let me just do that. So these are 3/4 by, what did I say it was? 3 3/4. So you've got 2 of these strips. Then you have a piece of the designer series paper. And this is going to be 4 1/8 by 3 3/4. And then you're going to have a circle out of the circle dies. The stylish shape dies, and I use the largest circle in there for that. Then you have a piece of scrap basic white, so you could do your label with it. And then I took the designer series paper, and we are going to fussy cut the flowers out of here. So let's do that real quick. So what I did, what you've got to do is just take your snips, and you're going to round it around the beautiful flowers. All right, so give me 1 second. Let me get these cut out. Now, you do not have to cut all of the white out. Keep that in mind. So when you fussy cut, it is okay to have some white around your designs. Because in reality, when you use our dies, we do have some white in our die cutting. So don't fret, because you got to make sure all the white's off, because it doesn't have to be. All right, so we're almost there. All righty. And remember, I still have a few seats available for my in-person card class, which is tomorrow night, starting at 6 p.m. If you would like to come, please RSVP by in the morning, so I can make sure I have enough kits prepped. But I would love for you to be able to come to class and craft with me. And then also we have our monthly club going on that's going to be featuring the gingerbread man. And I was at a craft show yesterday, and I have made some things with the gingerbread man, and they were so cute. I think we're going to make some of them for our club this month. So it's going to be featuring the gingerbread man. And then we have Craft Along, which is using the More Than Autumn. And we're going to be focusing on peppermint mochas. I am in the process of designing the class now, so we will be having sneak peeks of the projects this week as well. So stay tuned to that, but get registered if you want that. And then we have our monthly Sip and Kit fellowship class coming up. That is going to be a lot of fun to participate with as well. All right, so here's our card base. This, oh, I didn't tell you the card base size. This is cut at 4 1/4, scored at 5 1/2, and it's by 11. So we're going to take our bone folder and we're going to run this down. Okay. We're going to take our 2 strips of the designer paper and we're putting the adhesive on those. And then this is going to go up at the top. And then I am putting my other piece of cardstock on just so I make sure I have enough room when I go to put the bottom tag on. All right, so there's going to be just a little bit of white at the top, and that's okay. Ooh, that is not centered, and that is not okay. Hold on. Let's see if we can lift this up. I need to go to my left just a little bit more. All right, here we go. We're going to put this down to the left. And trying to center it a little better. Whew. All right, so we're going to put this strip on as well. And that's going to go down at the bottom of the card. All right, I still don't have the red right. Now that I've got that on, maybe I can put this on straight. Let's see. I am sorry about having to strip that, but for some reason, my paper is not wanting to line up. All right, we're going with it. It's not perfect, but it'll be okay. All right, so there's that. Now, what we're going to do, now it's time to get the metallic texture rub-ons out, and let's get started here. So, I want to make sure that I'm going to have enough of the polka dots. So let me pull these out because I don't want to use one on one top of it and not on the bottom of it. So let's see, do I have, oh, and they're gold and silver, okay? They're gold and silver. Let's see, I might not have any more of the polka dot to where I have enough. So we're going to use the lines. This will work. Okay. So what I want to do is I'm going to cut this to where it's going to match. I don't know why I won't turn this around, which makes more sense. All right. Let's do that. We're going to cut this off. And if you have not used Stampin' Up rub-ons, I recommend you get them because these things are so cool. After it was introduced to me, and it was introduced to me at a retreat for demonstrators, and we had so much fun playing with this. All right, so what I'm going to do is we are going to peel this off of the base here. And whenever you put it down, make sure you have it where you want it. Because when it's down, it's down. All right. Hopefully this is right. So you're going to press down on it. And see, you don't even have to have a popsicle stick. Remember the day? Watch this. Look at that. Isn't that cool? That is so cool, guys. All right, let's do the bottom piece now. And I'm going to go ahead and take the other strip of this one and do the same thing for the bottom. All right, we're going to take the backing off of this. Okay. And then we're going to stick this straight onto the bottom strip. And we're going to press it down. And then we're going to peel this off. And there is our gold on there. All right, so do you see that? How it's on there? It's real pretty. Okay, so now we're going to build up our circle here. So we're going to take our flower, and it goes onto our label, and we are going to put this on with dimensionals. All right, so we're going to put three dimensionals on here. We're going to take our backing off. Go ahead and do that. And then that's going to go straight onto our label. Just like that. All right, now we need to stamp our sentiment before we go any further. And for this one, I am using 'Tis the Season. And I will be using that in the real red. Okay. And we're going to tap. And this is going to go straight onto our label. Straight up. And then we're going to put this down with adhesive. And that's going to go in the center of our flower. All right. Now we're going to take our real red ribbon. And we are going to make actually, we're going to take our label and we're going to put our adhesive on the back. Uh-oh, I'm out of adhesive. And do I have one that's loaded? Nope. All right. All right, let's do this. We've got to load our adhesive real quick. All right, let's put all this in the trash. All right. Now we're ready to roll. So we're going to take our ribbon and we're going to kind of make a bow, but it's not an actual bow. Okay. Let's see. I'm trying to make sure I leave enough. I am almost totally out of my red ribbon, so I didn't realize I have used that much. All right, so we're going to cross this over here. And how come I can do stuff until I get on this camera? I get on this camera and I act like I done totally lost it. All right, so we're going to cross this over and we're going to do it just like that. All right, and then this is going to go in the center of the card. Just like that. And then, of course, we've got the tails on here. So I've got them too long, so I'm going to go to the bottom of the card and I'm going to just kind of taper it off, doing a card like that. All right, so here is card number 2. Card number 2. All right, I promise they're going to speed up. I know we're almost at our hour, but I promise they're going to go quicker than they should. I didn't realize it. We have been on here that long, but I've just seen it. So we'll get busy, guys. Less talking and get busy. All right, so card number 3 is right here. This is our basic white, thick basic white cardstock. We have real red cardstock and pool party cardstock on this one. And then it just opens up on the inside. Card base is the thick basic white. And it is 5.5 by 8.5, scored at 4 1/4. Okay, so we're going to take our bone folder and run it across there. We have our real red cardstock, and this is 5 1/4 by 4. 5 1/4 by 4. All right, and this is going to go straight down onto the basic white. We have a piece of designer series paper. This is 5 3 3/4. So 5, 3 3/4. Put your adhesive on the back of this and it goes straight down onto your real red. All right. Then you're going to take your piece of real red cardstock, and this is cut at 2 3/4 by 4 1/4. And then I embossed it with the Holly Jolly embossing folder. So we're going to go ahead and put our adhesive on this. All right. And then this goes in the center of our cardstock or designer paper. And then we have our pool party that I cut out with the texture note dies. And we're going to put our adhesive on it. And then this goes straight down as well. Okay. Now, we have another flower that I took out of the designer series paper that we need to fussy cut. There is a die for this one, but I did not order the bundle that had the die, so I do have to fussy cut. But if you want to order the die, it is also with this suite. It comes with 2 stamp sets and 2 die sets, but I only got the 1 die set and the 1 stamp set. But there are dies that you could use to cut this out instead of fussy cutting, but I did not order it. Sometimes, even as demonstrators, we have to pick and choose the product and how much of the product we're ordering. So, and that was where I was the day that I got all of this, was I had to pick and choose. So sometimes we have to just do that. But I don't mind fussy cutting once in a while. I don't want it to be for every project, but every now and then it's not too bad. All right, almost there. And then we've got our last one, which is our gift card, which is always great at Christmas time, doing a homemade card as a gift card holder, because I know the older my grands get and my children get, we've just started doing gift cards, even though I'm not a fan of doing that. But sometimes, especially if they say, I want clothes, sometimes it's just easier to do gift cards, because I struggle buying clothes in the first place because I don't find any of it my style that I like. So I struggle. So I don't want to have to shop for others. So gift cards for clothing, I do love doing. But, so the next card we're going to do is a gift card holder. All right, almost there, guys, almost. See how easy that was? So easy. So easy and relaxing. That's the other thing, too. I think sometimes fussy cutting can be very relaxing. All right, let's do this. I'm going to put this one on with 3. All right, and press them down, and then we're going to take our pick tool, and we're going to pop these off. And these little baby is going to go right on here, just like that. We have our label cut out of the label dies, and we need to do our sentiment, and this is going to be merry and bright. All right, let me get my bundle here. Merry and bright. Where's my bright? Oh my goodness. I am not seeing. Oh, there it is. And bright. Whew. I was like, what in the world? I couldn't find it, guys. I'm sorry about that. All right. So I'm going to set this on here. So when I go to stamp, come on. Oh, my glue's wanting, my stamp is wanting to stick to my fingers. I'm trying to make sure I get it on here straight so everything is spaced out correctly, because it is going to be a tighter fit. All right, so maybe what we do is just stamp this one first, and then we'll go back. And I'm doing this in the real red. So we're going to stamp Mary on there. And then let's do and bright on another block. Oh, that works out better, guys. There we go. Merry and bright. That worked out better. All right. So we're going to put this on with dimensional as well. All right. All right. We're going to take our backs off. And then this is going to go right in the corner here. Just like that. And then we're going to take our real red ribbon, and tie a small bow and tuck it down in the bottom of the corner. Well, if I can tie a bow. Oh boy, come on. Come on, come on, come on. Okay. And I don't want a big one, so I'm trying to make sure that I keep it small. Today I don't want a big bow. All right, and then we're going to take this and we're going to cut our little tail here. And I'm going to angle that. And I'm going to put these on with a glue dot. Actually, I think I'm going to put 2 glue dots on here to be on the safe side. And then that's going to go straight onto the flower. So there is card number 2. Oh, we got to do our embellishments. So let's get our sequins here. We're going to do one of the big red, and that's going to go in the top corner there. We're going to do one of the medium size right here. And then one of the little ones we're doing on the tag. All right. So there is card number 2. Excuse me, this is card number 3. Told y'all it would go by fast. See, I done forgot what card number we were on. This is card 3. So let's go again and let's wrap it up with card number 4. All right, so let's pull all of our pieces out for this one. This is a gift card holder. All right, so we have our Secrecy cardstock, which is 5.5 by 4, and it's just one piece. Then we have our Real Red cardstock. This is 4 inches by 11, okay? And then you are going to score this at 3 1/4 and 8 1/2. So that is how you're going to score this. So what we're going to do, oh, and then we have 2 pieces of designer series paper. This one here is cut at 3 3/4 by 3. And this one is 3 3/4 by 2 1/2. 2 1/4. So this one again is 3 3/4 by 2 1/4. So we're going to fold our Real Red at the score marks. Okay. And then we're going to take our designer series paper here and we're going to attach it to the card base. And that's going to go straight onto here. And then on the bottom piece, we're going to take our blue, which is our Secrecy, and put our adhesive on the back of it, and that goes down at the bottom piece. Okay. Now, what we need to do, and I forgot to do it before we put this down. Oh boy. All right. Not a problem. We're going to fix it. So we need to put our ribbon down on here before we glue this down. So what we're going to do, did I do it? Yeah. All right. So we're going to take our ribbon And we are going to tuck this right on the back side of the designer series paper, just like that. And I think I need to put a little more adhesive on it. It is not well sticky there. All right, so we're going to do this. We're going to stick this back at the top. All right, and then we're going to wrap this around. Come on. And I'm going to mash it to where it's tight. Because I want to make sure I have the ribbon tight. All right, and then I'm going to cut off my extra because I cut it too long. And that's okay. Well, come on. All right, now you want to put some adhesive on. And then we're going to fold this down onto the card base. All right, and then this. Now what we're going to do is we're going to take the 1.5 punch, and you're going to just take and cut a little piece out of the top of the bottom portion of the fold. Okay, so that gives it that easy to slide in and out. Now we need to stamp on our piece of basic white in real red. We are going to stamp Merry Christmas. All right, so we're going to take Mary and we're going to put right here. And I'm sorry, we're doing this in Secret C, not real red. My bad. I just looked at my card base. All right, so we're going to take Merry Christmas. And we're going to stamp it at one time. Let's close out the real red because we don't need real red at the moment. And let's pull out the Secret C. And we're tapping it in. And then we're going to stamp Merry Christmas. So pretty. At first, when Secret C came out, I wasn't sure if I was going to like it, but it has become one of my favorite colors. All right, so now this is going to go straight into the base of the card. We are going to take our adhesive and run it along the side, but you don't want to put too much and you don't want it too wide. Otherwise, your card is your gift card won't go in. And then you're going to just take that and you're going to fold it in and seal it up. All right. And I actually have a gift card to show you that that goes perfectly in there as a gift card. All right, so we're going to leave that in there. And then there is that. Now we need to put our sentiment on the front side. And this is going to be stamped with the label that's already been cut. And I'm doing Merry and Bright again. And this time is going to be in the Secret C. So we've got to clean our stamp off because we've got real red on there. Let me do that real quick. Clean these off. All right, guys, we're wrapping up. If you have enjoyed these projects, please share, like, and follow my Facebook page. If you're doing this on my YouTube channel, please subscribe to my channel and follow me. Click the bell in there, and it will tell you when I go live. Because when you share my videos and like my videos, that does help my business grow. And I do greatly appreciate that. It does help us grow and get in the algorithms and all of that kind of stuff. So if you do like my video, please like it, share it. Gives me thumbs up. That just warms my heart when y'all do that. So, again, if you like this project, please share. Also, if you would like the projects, you can get them for free between now and Friday if you place a $45 minimum order. I will send you all the product that you need to make these cards. So I do hope you have been inspired and will be ordering your kits because I love to share with y'all. All right, so last thing we're going to do is our embellishments. So we're going to do one of each size. We're going to do a big one, a medium size, and then a baby. And then the last thing we've got to do is put our adhesive on the back of this. And then this is going to go onto our Secret C card base here. And we are going to put that straight on the card. There we go. There we go. Just like that. And then there is your gift card. You can slide it in and out of there. This comes at a perfect time for the holidays. So let's pull out the projects again so you can see them. And we will shut everything down. And if you have any questions, please reach out to me. I would love to help you. All right, so there's card 2. Here is card 3. And here is card 4. So there are the 4 cards for free with a purchase. So I hope you have enjoyed tonight. And if you're available to come to the in-person card class, there is still time. Grab your spot before it is absolutely too late. And then don't forget about Sip and Kit coming up if you're interested in that. My Advent Calendar event. There's just exploding with crafting time. And I just love to be with each of you. But again, thank you so much for being here. If you have any questions, please let me know. And if I can help you at any time, let me know that as well. Have a wonderful Sunday evening, what's left of it. And I will be back live on Wednesday morning at 6:15 with coffee and a card. Thanks so much, guys.